Hey guys, I'm actually Allison. I started my Chick-fil-A career in 2016, the spring of my senior year. Randomly, I went to drop one of my friends off to open interview and decided that I was going to put my name on the sign-in list. And so I interviewed. I got the job, obviously. But one thing, my parents didn't know that I wanted to work at Chick-fil-A, so that was a surprise to them. But thank God that they allowed me the opportunity to work at Chick-fil-A, because that has changed the trajectory of my life dramatically. I'm so thankful for all the people who poured into me. But I guess a little backstory about my career at Chick-fil-A. So I started in spring of 2017. At one location, we have two locations that my operator has. I moved into leadership the fall of that year at the opposite locations, working more of the day shift for a little bit until I started school. And then I, of course, worked majority nights and became a shift leader after that. I think about maybe 5 to 6 months later, I rolled into the food safety director role. That role was the newest role of our restaurants. I think that time was when all the Chipotle thing happened, and Chick-fil-A really rallied behind the food safety role. I like science and math and organization, so that role was very exciting to me, just because I still to this day think that role, you have to do a lot of learning, especially from somebody coming, like, never working within the restaurant. So like learning all the things food safety and quality related, that was very challenging but exciting at the same time. Especially getting our team involved. We come from a team who is very tenured, especially our back of house. And so getting them to adapt and rally behind the right way was fun and exciting at times, but definitely challenging. But I'm glad that was my first role, because it has taught me a lot with that. After I, got comfortable in that role and, got to learn everything, then I shifted to becoming an ADO for nighttime development. And I think during that time period, we have seen a lot of growth with our nighttime team, going from a leadership team of 3 people. I think when I transitioned out of that role, we were up to over 25 leaders, from trainers to shift leads within the nighttime role. But I think the most exciting thing of that portion of my Chick-fil-A career was seeing us definitely break records. I think we went from doing sub 120 cars to our record being 188 cars. So that was exciting to see how can you motivate and develop, the 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds to be on the same page, be synergized in order to reach those goals. That was very exciting. After that, I shifted into a director of operations role, which I did for like a year and a half, up until I graduated from Lamar with that. And so that role, like, it's our GM role. We just like to put a little spice on the name. But that role you oversaw all the people, all the systems, all areas of the business. I think one of the things that role has definitely taught me is, like, you have to keep all plates spinning. But in order to keep all plates spinning, you have to put in the time to develop relationships within each director, within your restaurant, just so that director feels motivated, supported to do their job, to make your job easier. Because it's our job as a director of operations to make sure, like, hey, any role from food safety to drive-through to delivery, catering, back of house, front of house, that all areas of the business are doing well within their role. So that was exciting to lean more into the people piece of that job frame. And I believe it was probably like 6 months after I had my daughter Alex. It was like, hey, do you want to do this role of the executive director? And that's basically working more with him. He comes up with these crazy ideas and systems, and I think my job is to implement them, getting the team rally behind that, but not only for one of our locations, for both of those locations. So I think the biggest thing that transition has taught me is just making sure that you can't put each store in their own box. Like, each store no matter if you have the same exact systems, they're gonna have different personalities, I like to say. But like, how can you help impact that store to be the best store it can be, while trying to be as much in synergy with the opposite store there. And so I think like each role, each level has taught me things along the way, and I wouldn't regret going through each, different directorships, because it has taught me so much, and I wouldn't be the same leader without, having those, certain roles. I don't know how to end that. This is me.